Comprehensive Rust section control flow. Let's explore conditionals, looping, and macros. Creating a new file for control flow samples. Starting with if-else conditional flow. Doesn't use parentheses around conditional checks. With all conditional branches having same type for last step in each block. Without in block semicolon at end allows to be used as an expression. Does need a semicolon after curly braces though. Starting with loops with while. We will write a simple flow of self-updating variable. So let's make it mutable. I missed something here. Inverse condition check. Let's fix it. For loops run on ranges collections that can provide iterators. 1.5 ranges from 1 to 4, 1.=5 are inclusive ranges, 1 to 5. So for value of length over collections, 0.len can be used. Let's write sample of for iteration as well. The one here is non-inclusive. To match alongside a handwritten iterable 1 to 9. Loop allows writing flows managed by custom brick to exit. Write a sample for loop converting example of while to use this flow. We'll have to break at inverse condition that ensures while to run. Loop construct at least enters the flow once. Break and continue are available for all kind of loops. In loop flow, break if used with an optional expression can become value of loop expression. With label, break and continue within nested loops can target parent loops, unlike for, while. Let's write a sample for usage of label. A random 2D array. So we can have a nested loop to traverse numbers. Would fix the double quoting, adding yada yada label to external loop. Let's break out of parent if nested loops element matches 4. Oh yes, where I and j are counter itself, not the element. So we'll have to use these values as indexes. And not inclusive range or array length to be used. Let's test out some prints to be sure the breakout is happening when we want. Blocks are enclosed by braces if their last expression isn't semicolon and that their value become block's value and type. In this sample for block, we'll shadow an external variable and use another as is. Making a number as block's value. Let me show a quick sample of match as well as optional for if else. It can work like switch case using pattern matching. Example of when block's last line is a call statement instead, returning unit type. Shadowing variable can have different types, is convenient used with unwrap. Now a simple specific to playing around with inner scopes and shadowing of variables within that same layer. We have been writing functions, but a quick overview. The parameters are followed by types. Idiomatic way to return value is omitting return keyword and semicolon on last expression. With no return value, defaults to unit type and can be omitted from definition. No overloading dynamic parameters or default values aren't allowed as well. For variadic parameters, macros to be used like println. Let's add and try its GCD sample to our code as well. Now default int is i32. Although since we are directly passing numbers as parameters, the compiler can infer that u32 is required there. Since it's returning a number, we use println with the main to show result. Let's run sample online and check for same values within our main block. Macros are expanded into Rust code during compilation and thus can allow variadic arguments. As convention, they have exclamation mark suffix. Rust stdlib have several popular macros as println. Format returns println like output as string value. dbg is to debug the log the value and return. To do marks an unimplemented flow for panic. Unreachable marks flows to panic if triggered. Let's implement Collatz sequence as exercise for this control flow segment. Here, for any positive int assigned variable greater than 0, its currently variable being odd or even denotes arithmetic for its new value based on current value. The number of steps it takes for variable's value to reach 1 is its Collatz sequence length that we have to calculate here. Let's implement Collatz length function to calculate the same. It will return the length of provided number. Here n in call is mutable as well, as it is to be reassigned a new value until it gets assigned 1. Using mutable len for increment track on step count, and match to get new value on odd even. Let's try it for another number. Let's run the same solution on and see if answers match.